Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this episode, we are actually over in the throne room right now, and we're killing a pretty good amount of experience here with all these legionnaires and a few emperor or whatever. Can't remember what the name of that creature or that name. It's not really a name guy. He's just a high-level guy who spawns over near the door that we get every so often. And there is somebody up in the tower being power leveled, so there is a little small dispute going on about people stealing our kills, and I got into that in the last video. If you really want to go into, if you want to hear all about that and kind of learn how the unwritten rules are for the game, but it's actually a pretty nice group so far, and they're saying it looks like they're gone now, so it looks like we got the whole area to ourselves. And I am very, very, very close to level 9, which is when I get my new level spells, which I already have here: Cure Poison, Flash of Light, Minor Healing. Let me kill this guy. Minor Healing, Spook the Dead, which is a fear for undead. Let's see, True North, which will show you which direction north is. Yelp, which is a little buff. There we go, level 9. And Courage, which is a buff. Let's go ahead and med after this fight. Not med, but put on our spells that we got. Please stop taking Legos from tents. So people are a little bit complaining today. This is actually the first time I've seen anybody complain the whole time I've played the game. It's kind of a downer, but still very enjoyable. Some days you're going to get some people who just kind of rub other people the wrong way. Let's go ahead. Now, the thing to be aware of in this game, though, is you just leveled. That's fantastic. You just got your new level spells. That's even better. What's worse is if you die. You not only lose your level if you don't have enough experience into that level, but you won't be able to mem those spells anymore. They'll still stay in your book. You're not going to lose the spells and have to go out and buy new ones or anything like that. But you won't be able to mem them back up because you're no longer that level. So it's not like a little cheat that, oh, okay, you got to that level, you're good. Let's go ahead and close this down. I've had this up for a while now. You guys have probably gotten a good idea of just how much experience you get per kill here. Although now I'm level 9, so you guys may want, I'll probably put it up in a little while. But it does take up quite a bit of the screen. And you guys probably don't want to watch it every single second, so let me put this in there. We got a warlord, so I gotta stand back up. Gotta help with that. That guy's pretty tough. Let's see, what is he, red? Yeah, he's red. Legos. Legos are probably still gonna be red too. It's attacking our cleric right now. It's good. Beast jumped off and is trying to taunt it, I think. Oh no, Tolok did. We got two tanks here. One's a warrior and one's a paladin. The dwarf is a paladin, just like me, and the beast guy is the warrior. Now, he actually died earlier in one of my earlier videos, and he was bound in his home city, so he had to run all the way over here. And I think he even took the... No, he couldn't have taken the boat because that would have taken too long, but he had to run through like 7, 8 zones to get here, so... Definitely want to make sure when you go to a new zone, if there's even a chance that you could die, to go ahead and get a bind. I know sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you have to wait quite a long time to do it, and you can find a group in the meantime, and you're like, well, I'm in a group, so the chances are I'm not going to die. Well, yeah, that could be the case, but think of what happens when you do die. Think of just how bad that's going to suck. And if that idea doesn't... really sway you on taking the few minutes that you need, or half an hour, whatever the case is, to get it, well, then go for it. You know, if it really isn't that big of a deal to you, or you don't really see that as being a huge negative. I think I have a few more spells. No, that's it. I thought I had a couple more somewhere. Okay, well, now I just have to actually equip my spells so that I can use them. And I'll go through and tell you the ones that I know right off the bat what they are, because this guy will get a lot of spells that the cleric gets. I think that's all he will get. He may get a few spells the cleric doesn't get, but that's usually not the case because you're half cleric and a half tank with a paladin. So chances are they're just going to be cleric spells that I'm very familiar with because I'm already playing a cleric. You're just going to get them at a later level than what the cleric gets. Like right now, you have a level 1 heal for a cleric. It's a level 9 heal for you, but it's a level 1 heal for them. So let's go ahead and put courage on, even though we don't really need it because we already have a cleric here who probably has a higher level 1 than that. We'll do minor healing. Oh wait, it's taking forever to go on there. Let's see, minor healing. Put that up here. I'm gonna miss this entire fight while this guy mims his stuff. Flash of light will blind the person you're attacking. Yelp will give you a temporary boost in strength. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. Yeah, I missed the whole fight. And let's see. I'll go with Flash of Light because that's, you know, as a tank, it's kind of nice to have a pool spell. You definitely don't ever want to use Spook the Dead in any camp zone. Tents or camp, they're all getting upset about that. Wall, tent, slaver, pits. Somebody do a camp check? Nobody did a camp check. True North, yeah, we're not going to use that. So let's go ahead and attack this guy. I was going to use the blinding flash of light, but he's already dead. Now you got Pamela over here. Probably just checking it out. What, I just can't waltz in your camp and take everything for myself. Oh, great. So they're still complaining about what happened earlier with us, and it started a whole thing, which is crazy. Let's see, did it take on him? I guess it did because he went ahead and started attacking me. It's because he was blind. He didn't know where he was going, so he's like running around. Go ahead and cast it on him again. But he knows enough to turn around and hit me, though. I'm just here to chill, really. That's what everybody's playing the game for. Nobody wants to come in here. Well, I can't say everybody. There's usually nobody wants to come in here and start a fight. That's just... it's silly, you know. It's not what you're looking for. It's not the enjoyment I get out of these games. But you can see over here, pretty good amount of experience already. About 1/3 into the level. Just from a few kills. Just from being able to actually mem my spells and put them in. Let's go ahead and attack this guy. So usually we'll get aggro off of him. There we go. For a few seconds anyway. That's a pretty good tool for aggro. I've never used that spell before because I've never played a paladin. I had a friend who used to play way back in the day called Animosity, and we used to work at the same place, and he's actually the one who gave the copy to my brother as a birthday present. So, ding, 12. Yeah, if I could spell tonight. Well, it took me the whole spell, or the whole fight to spell out congrats. And not even the full version of it, just the shortened version for EQ that everybody uses. Now, it would be advantageous of you to use a hotkey for that, but then sometimes people can tell you're using a hotkey and it doesn't quite mean as much. But sometimes people will level so quickly, and EverQuest 2, that's definitely the case. People will level so quickly that if you don't have a hotkey for it, you're just not going to say it most of the time. You're not going to bother typing in congrat. Oh, you level 5 times in the last 4 seconds? Congrats! Because it is incredibly quick in that game. It's so quick that if you're used to this game, you're going to look at it and be like, wow, I got 10 levels in 3 hours. And I'm not even kidding. You could probably get more than 10 levels in 3 hours. That's you probably taking your sweet time leveling up. And in this game, you could play for 3 hours and maybe get a bubble. Maybe. Depending on what level you're playing, you might be able to do that. I got mine from getting started on the forums. Never mind, mate. Misread. I could have just told them that. Especially with that name. Sound very plausible. What are they talking? I'm just here to chill. My friend's spell files are out of date. But the forum, that everything to point, yeah. Worn by Shackle Keys 18 to 19. Those, I haven't mentioned on this guy, but I have mentioned on some of my other characters that I play here. You turn those over in the slaver camp, almost over by the tents. When you first zone in, you go left, you go across the bridge, you go over those little mountains, and down the ramp. And you'll see a building there, and there's a slaver inside, and then there's little guys inside that are the slaves, as well as if you don't go inside that building and you go to the right to where the little tunnels are, you'll see another set of 2 slavers in there, and some more guys that are in there who are just regular NPCs that don't attack or anything like that. What level do you go? XP after this, unrest. So yeah, they're going to go to unrest. But you can go in there and you hail them and give them 1 copper. You give them a copper, and they tell you what key they need to unlock it. And you give them the key, and that's the end of the quest. It would have been about 14 years ago for me, but I always remember the mass bug murdering about that time. Yeah, there used to be some really, really negative bugs in this game. That if you did them, like the one he's talking about, it would just kill everybody in the zone. You know, and it would be like, what just happened? Okay, I'm never coming back to the zone again. Because it would only take for 1 idiot to do it. And that's perfect for a troll who wants to cause havoc to go in there and just cause that bug to go off over and over and over again. Basically make it miserable for everybody else to play. Until they fixed it, and they eventually did, so not something you have to worry about anymore. I still have nightmares about those jack-o'-lanterns laughing as they bash my skulls. I love the scary creatures in this game. They have such unique sound effects to them. I never knew how much the game could be enhanced through sound until I actually started playing this one. It's just amazing when you have a really talented team put all that together for you. Hags are the worst. They do have that. They all have it. All those scary creatures. The skeletons. The hags. The jack-o'-lanterns. I mean, it's just one after another that have these almost beautiful, horrible sounding effects every time you attack them. There's an emissary. And a legionnaire. I'm not going to stand on that side because I don't want aggro. And we have a bard here too, so let's go ahead and blind this guy. We get a few hits. Here we go. But not too much. Now he's kind of switching back and forth. He doesn't know who to attack. Go ahead and cast it again. Boom. I have to remember to use that next time somebody's about to die. Oh yeah, I'm moving over. Because when he spawns, he'll go towards the first one he sees. The guy who's the closest to him. So if you're in that, if you're a bard of some sort or a monk, and you don't feel like taking the hits that day, or you're low on life with a tank, and you know there's a secondary tank that can kind of take it, simply move over and let them have the aggro. It's a lot easier for somebody to have the aggro to start with than it is for you to steal it or take it away, or for them to do that in reverse to get the creature off of you. So just something to consider. Your placement is definitely something you need to worry about, as well as, you know, I've mentioned it before, you never want the creature to be attacking your back. But you prefer to attack the creature's back because you'll do a lot more damage that way. And some of the classes, like rogues, they literally can't hit the creature with like their backstab unless they are behind the creature. But this will, oh, that my guy's flashing there for a second. But this will sort of open them up to attack because now they are behind the creature, which means usually they'll be the one who gets the next aggro if something spawns. It's definitely something you have to be aware of as the tank. Try pulling it to a better spot. Try making sure that whoever has to stand behind it has plenty of room to stand behind it without you know, getting aggro from behind the room. You know, if you like pull it right into the door and he has to like move around real close to the door, it's not something they like to do. So just be aware of that. Okay, let me if I can find one. There you go. Got mine. That's somebody else's. Let's see, what are they doing? And it's cool, like, again, you can look out the windows, and you could even pull these guys down here. I showed you before. There's like 3 of them that spawn down there. You could look out the windows over here, and I believe there's a couple that spawn out there, like where that one corpse is. You can pull them from way over there, because you can pull creatures from anywhere in the game as long as you're capable of you know, hitting them from somewhere or getting the aggro somehow. You can be from the other side of the zone, literally all the way on the other side of the zone. You can pull to any point here at any time you want. So definitely can do some serious pulls if your group is capable of doing it. I mean, you could come in here with like a level 50 and run through the entire thing and somehow get aggro, like a monk, or not a monk, but a bard came in here and did his area effect songs and just ran through the entire thing. He could literally get every single mob on him, and of course, you know, he's not going to get any experience for it, and you know, there probably will be other people in here, but if he came in like at 2 in the morning when like nobody was on, which isn't the case usually, because there usually are people on at 2 in the morning, but if you could find a time when nobody was here and pull everything, that would be an amazing thing to do for your faction and for the belts. You would probably get as many belts and shoulder pads as you wanted just by killing everything once. So that's definitely an option, but like I said, it's usually camped. So close to 12. Let's see. It's too much stuff on the ground. So if you're a low level and you're looking for a little bit of extra cash, maybe consider coming in here and talking to the leader and saying, hey, would you guys mind if I looted all the extra, you know, junk that you guys don't want? Because it's just sitting here rotting on the floor, you know. And most of the time they'd be like, nah, go for it, you know. And it's going to take like 2 or 3 minutes before the timer runs out on these things so that anybody can loot them. But you can loot it before it disappears, and you'll loot them, fill up on your junk, take it back and sell it, and come back in. Not very hard. You're just going to be sitting there not earning any experience, but if you need an extra couple platinum or something to get your next level spells, and you can't find any groups or whatever the case may be, you know, you can do it that way. That's a slow way, because belts would obviously be faster just selling a few belts. It's not me. I just got one. And the pads do sell for a little bit more. It's like two or three platinum per pad, and you need a set of pads to turn in at the time. You can't just turn in one belt or one pad like you can for the one belts. So you are going to get a little bit extra cash off of those, because there's always somebody looking for that extra little pad that they didn't have. I think that's pretty much it here. Check this stuff out. Yeah, everything's here is looted. I'm actually going to run upstairs and show you guys. I've done it already once before, but somebody was up there. Oh, crap. Oh, this was stupid. This was really stupid. I can't believe I did. Oh, man, I can't believe I did that. Okay, the Royal Guard. Dang it. If somebody dies, I'm going to feel real horrible. No. What am I doing? Do the Legionnaire. Attack, do something. Close this down. if I can hit these guys. Okay, we're good still. And the Royal Guard. That guy's gonna be tough. And I'll help heal after this fight's over. I just don't want to waste time. Because I'll do more damage to these guys than I will healing. The healing's gonna be pathetic, and I'm gonna use quite a bit of power, I assume, for each one of my heals. Let's go ahead and use our heal spell. Didn't really do anything on that guy. Of course, he is a tank, so he's going to have more hit points. Let's see. I'm trying to find the back of him, but he keeps shifting position. So let's see, Baze is in a tank, so to speak. I mean, he's a bard, so he could tank if he wants to, but... So about 2% per heal. It's not too bad. It's gonna take a long time to get that. Again, usually you don't want to go exploring, especially in a group, because I feel terrible about that. That clear conscious feeling when you lay your hands down at night. Oh, lay your heads down at night. What are you doing? Do you get anything for freeing everybody? Oh, no. Faction, basically. Because they're talking about the slaves over there that I was telling you that you could turn the shackle keys into and free them. They wanted to know what you got. I think you get a little bit of coin for doing it. You may not, but I think you do. And you get the faction, obviously, for doing it. Which is another way for you to get better faction with people. It doesn't hurt in this game to have good faction with everybody. Very few things require you to have faction. That's just something that will make things easier. You get better prices. Charisma is another way to get good prices on things. Keep healing this guy. He's the one pulling. He's out of range now. Yeah, he is now. Beast is almost full. Go ahead and heal Baze. Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. And you're going to get quite a bit of fizzles the first time you ever cast your spells. And this is the first time I'm using these spells, so I'm going to get that for quite some time. Let's go ahead and take this Lego on. Train to zone. I can't believe with as many people there's a train. I can't believe there's that many mobs to actually take to the zone. What is it, just one? To me, a train would have to include more than one, probably 3 or 4 mobs, but, if your group had just taken on 3 or 4 mobs and it's that last mob, you still have to warn people, that you're going to the zone with a mob in tow, even though it's just one that people could probably kill for you, but that one can double and then triple and quadruple by the time you get there because of all the enemies you may pass. And sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes the whole zone will be camped, and yet somehow you manage to find the right moment to run to the zone. That every time you pass a spot where a creature can spawn, they literally spawn in front of you or right next to you. And it's just horrible timing. It's like you could not have planned that if you wanted to. The chances of that are just like 1 in a million. And yet it seems to happen quite a bit sometimes. So you gotta be aware that there are unexpected things in this game, and try not to get upset about people doing stupid stuff. There are learning curves and things of that sort, and that's with me saying that after I just did something completely and totally stupid by trying to show you guys what was up there in that room and having creatures up there. So as you see, it's almost a constant pool in here. So the cleric really needs, or not the cleric, but I've said it again, the cleric, but any healer needs to make sure that they med as much as possible, especially if you're the only one in this area, because it can really overwhelm you with the group just constantly pulling all the time. And of course, the better the tank is, the better you will have as far as healing. You won't have to heal as much, and you will be able to hold on to your power as much as possible. Some people feel that if they're full power and they're not doing anything, they're not contributing as much as they should. That may be the case with most classes, But when it comes to a healer, if you're full power and you're the main healer, then you're doing exactly what you need to do if everybody else is full life. Because the worst thing you can do is start attacking using your direct damage spells or something, getting down to 80%, and then somebody bringing in a bad pull or just more than they were expecting, or you get a spawn right on top of you as you were already fighting, and the fight goes on for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and you're out of power, and somebody's very close to dying, and then they die, and all you needed was that one little heal. Well, if you hadn't used that 20%, even though it's not a lot of power, if you hadn't used it, you wouldn't have let somebody die. So something you want to keep in mind. Just be aware that you're not doing your job if you keep your power at full. That's something you definitely want to try doing. Would like to replace me. Grab them. Going to log shortly. Okay, so we're gonna lose somebody here. And I'll probably end the episode here in a few seconds, guys. If you like these episodes, please hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely leave comments down below. I'd love to hear back from you guys on what you enjoy and what you don't, what you want to see in the future, as zone-wise and things of that sort. So again, guys, if you enjoy these videos, please take that moment and hit that. If not, then I'll catch you on the next episode, hopefully. Thanks again for watching.